Good morning, do 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 do. Good morning to you. Good morning, welcome to a daily dose of joy. We are here to celebrate joy in solidarity, choosing joy day after day, 5 minutes at a time, by leveraging neuroscience and using our microdosing tools to pump up the dose chemistry in our brains, the positive neurotransmitters in our brains. And today we're going to do a slow-mo flow. So that's 5 minutes of quiet and stillness and letting our natural state just bubble up. Our natural state of peace and love and joy, vibrancy, clarity. And so a daily dose of joy. Obviously my focus is very clearly on joy, and I thought I would read to y'all before we started our slow-mo flow, just to kind of quiet our minds, settle us into our deeper truth, so that we can be in still, quiet, slow-mo meditation, surrounded by all that good, deeper truth. And two people that I greatly admire are the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu, Archbishop Desmond Tutu. And they came together and with an editor wrote this wonderful book called The Book of Joy, which it's one of my favorite books. And I thought I would read this little paragraph where they discuss a little bit of their concept of joy. The Dalai Lama and the Archbishop are two of the great spiritual masters of our time, but they are also moral leaders who transcend their own traditions and speak always from a concern for humanity as a whole. Their courage and resilience and dogged hope in humanity inspire millions as they refuse to give in to the fashionable cynicism that risks engulfing us all. Their joy is clearly not easy or superficial, but one burnished by the fire of adversity, oppression, and struggle. The Dalai Lama and Archbishop remind us that joy is in fact our birthright, and even more fundamental than happiness. Joy, as the Archbishop said during the week, is much bigger than happiness. While happiness is often seen as being dependent on external circumstances, joy is not. The state of mind and heart is so much closer to both the Dalai Lama's and the Archbishop's understanding of what animates our lives and what ultimately leads to a life of satisfaction and meaning. That's all I can do not to reread that, because it's so good. And we are in the practice of that. We are practicing joy. We are dosing our brains with joy. Maybe increment by increment, maybe in large washes, but eventually it will be our resting state. So with that framework, let's step into 5 minutes of shared silence. So let's take 3 solidarity breaths together. We did it, we did it. Thank you for joining me this morning for that slow-mo flow. Just getting into that flow state, still and quiet. We're doing our best version of it, whatever that is. Even if it's just feeling that flow state for a minute, even if it's just a slight feeling of relief or pause, you're on your way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May today surprise and delight you. I look forward to seeing you guys. We're spending this time together tomorrow.